You know when you go to bed and just before you fall to sleep you can just go into a daydream? Well, my daydream was playing for Forest up front. It was me and Nigel Clough, Franz Carr on the wing, Gary Crosby on the other. He'd be jetting it down, he'd cross it in, I'd catch it sweet on the volley, blast it in the top corner, the Trent end would go crazy. You know what? That summer my granddad told me life is short. I never believed him until now. Because as a kid you think life's eternal. You think, oh, 100 years, that's yonks.
If the summer is only a holiday, then why waste it on something like conversation? If the weekend is only 2 days long, can I kiss you?
There were times when it would look like I was just circling the block, but not in my head. In my head I'd be in another world. I still got the bike. It's in my shed. It's just old and rusty now. I ain't even got a chain on it. I stopped riding the bike when I was about 15, 16 and I got into other stuff like girls and going out and smoking. To be honest, there was never a better feeling than the one I had when I used to have a bike as a kid. So having a bike was the best feeling in the world.
Hello, can we make an arrangement? And I'll see you soon, unless you've other engagement.
Steve Sutton, Gary Charles, Steve Chettle, Gary Crosby, Ian Wone, Lee Glover, Gary Parker, Roy Keane, Stevie Hodge, Des Walker, Des Walker, Stuart Pearce, Stuart Psycho Pearce, Psycho, Psycho. Back then we didn't even know what it meant. It's just something we all chanted. But a couple of years later my mate was a ball boy at a Forest match. I think it was Forest Sheffield Wednesday. Forest were 2-1 up, the ball went out and rolled towards him. He leapt up to throw it back. Just as he went to pick the ball up, Stuart Psycho Pearce jogged straight past him and cried, "Leave it." My mate bobbed it and dropped the ball and sat right back down. It was weird, we were so close to him training and no one cared. It was just me and Jake and maybe some old guy and his dog. We had like a little system. To get the full set we had to go down 3 or 4 times in the week. I'd go and bug the players and get the autographs, then I'd give them straight to Jake and he'd stack them up in the back of his wallet. We didn't even realise what we had. I mean, we must have gone through 200 or 300 autographs. We just wanted the money just to go shop and buy football stickers and, I don't know, ice poles and magazines and stuff like that. Getting the autograph was a buzz, you know, for that 5 or 10 seconds. You were standing in front of the player and you'd seen him on TV hundreds of times and he's like, he's standing right in front of you signing an autograph. It was like I had a mental note of who needed what around the estate. I mean, there was Mr. Navarro in the Italian shop. He was a big Forest fan. There was my dad's mate who owned a calf. I knew he needed Mark Crosley, the number 2 keeper, to complete the set. So when I got it, he'd be the first place we'd stop. And he knew we weren't just doing it ourselves. I mean, we weren't clever enough, to be honest. Well, maybe Jake was, but he was too nice to do something like that anyway. We had a good team back then. I know I sound like my granddad, but you know, back then, football was everywhere. And it meant everything. That's why in the half term me and Jake raked it in. I'm telling you, we'd get a good offer for every autograph we had. Of course, if we got Stuart Pearce, that would be easily 2 or 3 quid on a bad day. I remember when we went back to Crunkhorn's house, because he didn't have the money on him, but when we got there we ended up selling it to his dad's mates for a £5. Crunkhorn was gutted. I'm sure I've seen tears in his eyes as well. I tell you what, I sold every autograph I ever got. I kept my first lot for a bit, but then eventually flogged them in the end too. But Jake was different. He had the whole set somewhere safe in his room. He even had a couple of backups of like Walker and Pearce and Keane just in case. Sometimes I wonder what's Jake doing now. I ain't seen him for years. I heard he's a postman or something. Sometimes I wonder if Jake would recognise me if I walked by him. I just wonder, does he remember the good times?
Fly. Yeah, I got you. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. Can't finish for them.
What's off at least a pound here? Well, we've got Steve Chettle left. What are we going to do with that?
I'll sell it to my granddad, yeah? Get a couple of pounds for that.
Alright.
Normally dopey enough to fall for them sort of tricks. I'm just telling him it's someone he likes, like Brian Clough or something.
Oh yeah.
He won't check the autograph. He probably won't even check whether anything's on the paper, he'll just stick it on his wall.
Probably.
Yeah, he'll probably lose it before he gets home too. He will. Seriously, he will.
Yeah, right.
You don't know my granddad.
Have no sweet.
Yeah, sure.
In Q Club, we was like little celebrities around there, you know, like selling autographs. And I remember I used to go in there and people used to recognise my face and say, "Oh, I know your dad, are you so-and-so's son?" I was like, yeah. Because like, we used to know everyone in there. I mean, we was too young to be in there, but no one cared. We even knew the hardest guy in Snenton. He used to always look out for us. We knew the woman on the front who used to serve the drinks. We knew the owner. We knew the guy who made the chip cobs back in the kitchen. I mean, we even knew the people that you weren't even meant to know.
Motorbike.
Oi, what are you doing here?
See my granddad.
Shut up. What are you doing here? Come here.
He's coming to see my granddad.
Will you just shut up?
Yeah, just tell me he's coming to see my granddad.
Yeah, I'm going to see his granddad.
Why?
Talk about life.
Taking a piss? Does Mum know you're here?
No.
Have you got any money?
No.
Give me your money.
No, why did
And maybe I'll tell Mum what you did last week.
What did I do last?
What did you break last week? Yeah. Well,
That
maybe I'll
wasn't
tell your
me.
Mum. Best get your mates to give me his money then.
Come on, let's go.
Oi! I'm watching you, alright? 5 minutes and then you're gone and I'll ring Mum.
Oh, shit!
Mind your language, mate.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Granddad.
Oh, hey up, Tom. I didn't see you come in. Far away.
Cheating again, Granddad.
You've not left me a lot here. Tom, you can play better than this, I'm sure.
Don't you be so cheeky, young whippersnapper.
So
Tell you what, Tom, he's not playing any better, I'll tell you.
Oh, Mona's here.
I think you play better than him.
What you got
There
there?
we go.
Steve Chettle, how much will you give me?
Who's
for
that?
it? Chettle, the Forest player.
Have you heard of
Steve
him?
Chettle. Oh, yeah, I've heard of him, yeah. He's supposed to be a good player. Is he the best player?
Yeah,
He's the
one of
best,
the best.
is he?
Yeah, he's one of the best.
Where does he play?
At Forest. Just
I know
down
he's
the
at
road.
Forest. What position?
Left wing, midfield.
Midfield.
Yeah, he plays in midfield and he's probably the best player there.
Is he the highest goal scorer, though,
Yeah,
is he?
probably the highest goal.
The highest goal scorer.
That's genuine autograph. Come on, Grandad.
Mind you, footballers today was no like Tommy Lawton.
It
Frank
wasn't
Swift.
not in our days, yeah.
No.
We never went to a football match because it used to be 9pence to get in, and we couldn't afford it to go.
Hey, this day and age, we're frightened of getting mugged, so we don't bring money out with us.
I'll
No.
go home with you, Grandad.
Oh, no.
Steve Chettle, Grandad.
Well,
Come on.
well, here, this is worth a tenner, but you've only got this fella.
I don't think he got that one.
So it's £2 then.
He didn't get a tenner when he got his transfer fee.
If you don't want it, I'll have to keep it.
Yeah, well, if you keep it, you're not going to get any money for it, are you?
No.
Oh, come on,
£3,
Grandad.
that's as much as we offer him.
£4 each.
Well, pensioners.
Mm.
Well, you ain't.
Well, I tell you what, 4 quid then.
£4 quid.
Quid
£4
then.
quid for that. Oh, you're all happy with that?
Is that the deal? Is that the
Yeah, well,
deal?
then, here,
That's it.
here, one of them.
Yep.
Is that it?
That's it, then, Jake.
Yeah.
Deal.
Then.
Okay, 4 quid. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that's worth.
In 100 years, it might be worth a few bob.
Well, I may get my pound back.
You never know.
Never know.
You know how sometimes a smell can remind you of a place? Well, to this day, I still think of my granddad in the snooker club when I smell a chip cob. Hey yo, you mad cause the world ain't what you want it to be. Wish you could live till you was 103. The leaves drop off the trees and grow again, have hope. There's another place outside the universe scope. You can't see it with binoculars. but I know it's there. That's why every night I like to say a little prayer, staring at the sky, Allah's artistry. I'm alive in this moment in history, and why I'm here is no longer a big mystery. I see the mischief, hoping angels assist me. It's easy to be a criminal, hard to have the motivation to keep a job when the wages are minimal. You see a fast car, you can't have it, and life's short, but is money really worth losing your life for?